guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to 2 Kings 7 to 13, Proverbs 1 and Psalm 9. Let's get started. But Elijah said, Hear the word of the Lord, thus says the Lord. Tomorrow about this time a seah of fine flour shall be sold for a shekel, and 2 seahs of barley for a shekel, at the gate of Samaria. Then the captain on whose land the king had lain said to the man of God, The Lord himself should make windows in heaven. Could this thing be? And he said, You shall see it with your own eyes, but you shall not eat of it. And there were 4 men who were lepers at the entrance of the gate, and they said to one another, Why are we sitting here until we die? And if we say, Let's enter the sea, the famine is in the sea, and we shall die there. And if we sit here, we die. So shall now come, let us go to the camp of the Syrians. If they spare our lives, we shall live. If they kill us, we shall but die. So they arose at twilight to go to the camp of the Syrians. Then they came to the edge of the camp of the Syrians. There was no one there, for the Lord had made the army of the Syrians hear the sound of chariots and horses, the sound of a great army. So they said to one another, Behold, the king of Israel has hired against us the kings of the Hittite and the kings of Egypt come against us. So they fled away in the twilight and abandoned their tents, their horses, and their donkeys, leaving the camp as it was, and fled for their lives. And when these lepers came to the edge of the camp, they went into a tent and ate and drank, and they carried off silver and gold, and their clothing and women, and laid them. And then they came back and entered another tent, and carried off things from it and went and hid them. And they said to one of them, We are not doing right. This is a day of good news. Yes, I am wait until the morning. My punishment will overtake us. And therefore come, let us go until the king's house. So they came and called to the gatekeepers and of the Syrian, told them, We came to the camp of the Syrian, and behold, there is no one to be seen or heard there, nothing but the horses tied and the donkeys tied, and the tents as they were. And the gatekeepers called her, and it was told within the king's house. And the king rose in the night, and then said to his servants, I tell you what the Syrians have done to us. They know that we are hungry, therefore they have gone out of the camp, to hide themselves in the open country, thinking, When they have come out of the sea, we should take them alive and get into the sea. And one of the servants said, Let us then take 5 of the remaining horses, seeing that those who are left here will fare like the whole multitude of Israel who have already perished. And ascendancy. And they took the 2 horsemen, and the king sent them after the army of the Syrians, saying, Go and see. So they went after them as far as the Jordan, and behold, all the way was littered with garments and equipment that the Syrians had thrown away in their haste. And the messengers returned and told the king, and the people went out and plundered the camp of the Syrians. So a seah of fine flour was sold for a shekel, and 2 seahs of wine for a shekel, according to the word of the Lord. Now the king had appointed the captain whose hand he leaned to have charge of the gate, and he would trample him in the gate, so that he died. As God had said to the king, 2 seahs of barley shall be sold for a shekel, and a seah of fine flour for a shekel. And at this time tomorrow in the gate of Samaria, the captain is the man of God, that the Lord himself shall make windows in heaven. How could such a thing be? And he had said, You shall see it with your own eyes, but you shall not eat of it. And so it happened to him, for the people trampled him in the gate, and he died. Now Elisha said to the woman who sent him restored to life, Arise and depart with your husband, and sojourn wherever you can. The Lord has called for a famine, and it will come upon the land for 7 years. So the woman arose and did according to the word of the man of God. She went with her household and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. And at the end of the 7 years, when the Lord returned from the land of the Philistines, she went to appeal to the king for a house in her land. Now the king was talking with Gehazi, the son of the man of God, saying, Tell me all the great things that Elisha has done. And I was telling the king how Elisha restored to life. The woman who sent he had restored to life appealed to the king for a house in her land. And Gehazi said, My lord the king, here's the woman, and here's her son whom Elisha restored to life. And when the king asked the woman, she told him, So the king appointed an official for her, saying, Restore all that was hers, together with all the produce of the fields. Day and that she left the land until now. And Elisha came to Damascus, and Hadad the king of Syria was sick. Now it was told him, The man of God is coming. The king said to Hazael, Take a present with you, and go to meet the man of God. And the man of God inquired the Lord through him, saying, Shall I recover from the sickness? So Hazael went to him and took a present with him, and all kinds of goods at Damascus, 40 camels and loads. And he came and stood before him. He said, Your son Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, sent me to you, saying, Shall I recover from this sickness? And Elisha said to him, Go say to him, You shall certainly recover. And the Lord has shown me that he shall certainly die. And he fixed his gaze and stared at him till he was embarrassed. And the man of God wept. And Hazael said, Why does my Lord weep? He answered, Because now I know the evil that you will do to the Hebrews. You will set on fire their fortresses, and you will kill the young men with the sword, and dash in pieces their little ones, and rip open their pregnant women. And Hazael said, What is your servant, who is but a dog, that he should do this great thing? And Elisha answered, The Lord showed me that you ought to be king over Syria. And he departed from Elisha and came to his master, who said to him, What did Elisha say to you? And he answered, You told me that you would suddenly recover. But the next day he took the bedcloth and dipped it in water, and spread it over his face till he died. And Hazael became king in his place. And the 5th year Joram, king of Ahab, king of Israel, when Jehoshaphat was king of Judah, Jehoram the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign. He was 32 years old when he became king, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of the king's Israel, as the house of Ahab had done. And the daughter walked in the way of her king's Israel, as the house of Ahab had done, for the daughter of Ahab was his wife. And he did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord was not willing to destroy Judah, for the sake of David's son. Since he promised to kill the lamb to his son forever. Indeed, in this day Edom revolted from the rule of Judah, and set up king of Aaron. And Jordan passed over to Seir with all his chariots, and rode by night. He and his chariot commanders struck the Edomite those around him, and his army fled home. So Edom revolted from the rule of Judah to this day. And Libnah revolted at the same time. Now the rest of the acts of Joram and all the age are not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah. So Joram slept with his fathers, and buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Ahaziah son reigned in his place. And in 12th year Joram, king of son of Ahab, king of Israel, Ahaziah the son of Jehoram, the king of Judah, began to reign. And Ahaziah was 22 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Athaliah. She was the granddaughter of Omri, king of Israel. And Israel walked in the way of the house of Ahab, and there was evil in the sight of the Lord. His house of Ahab had done. He was summoned into the house of Ahab. And he wanted Joram the son of Ahab to make war against Hazael king of Syria, Hebron with Gilead, and the Syrians were in Joram. And King Joram returned to be healed in Jezreel as always. That the Syrians had given him at Ramah when he fought against Hazael king of Syria. And Ahaziah the son of Jehoram went down, king of Judah, went down to see Joram the son of Ahab in Israel, because he was sick. And Elisha the prophet called one of the sons of the prophets and said to him, Tie up your garments and take this flask of oil in your hand and go to Ramoth Gilead. And when you arrive, look for Jehu the son of Jehoshaphat, son of Nimshi, and go to him and have him rise on the flask, and lay him into an inner chamber. And you take the flask of oil and pour on his head, and say, Thus says the Lord, I anoint you king of Israel. And open the door and flee, do not linger. So the young man, the son of the prophet, went to Ramoth Gilead. And when he came, behold, the commanders of the army were encamped. And he said, I have a word for you, commander. And Jehu said, Which of us will? He said, To you, commander. And he arose and went into his house. And the young man poured out the oil on his head, and saying to him, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, I anoint you king over the people of Israel, and you shall strike down the house of your master, that I may avenge in Jezebel the blood of my servants the prophets, and the blood of all the servants of the Lord. For the whole house of Ahab shall perish, and I will cut off from Ahab every male bond or free in Israel. And I will make the house of Ahab like the house of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasha, the son of Ahijah. And the dog shall eat Jezebel, and turn to Jezreel, and none shall bury her. And he opened the door and fled. When Jehu came out to the servants of his master, he said to him, Is all well? Why did this man follow them to you? He said to him, You know and his talk. And he said, That is not true, tell us now. He said, Thus and so he spake to him, he said, Thus is the Lord, I anoint you king over Israel. And then in haste every man of them took his garment and put it under him on the bedside. And blew the trumpet and proclaimed, Jehu is king. And thus Jehu the son of Jehoshaphat, son of Nimshi, conspired against Joram. And then Jehu said, If this is your decision, let no one slip out of the sea to go and tell the news in Jezreel. And Jehu mounted his chariot and went to Jezreel, where Joram was. And Ahaziah king of Judah had come down to visit Joram. Now the watchman was standing on the tower in Jezreel, saw the company of Jehu, and he came and said, I see a company. And Joram said, Take horsemen and send to me. And I would say, Is it peace? So a man on horseback went to me and said, Thus is king, is it peace? And Jehu said, What do you have to do with peace? Jehu arrived behind me. And the watchman reported, saying, I must have reached him, but he is not coming back. He said, a second horseman who said to him, and the king said, Is it peace? And Jehu answered, What have you to do with peace? I turned around right behind me. Again the watchman reported, He reached him, but he is not coming back. And the driving is like the driving of Jehu the son of Nimshi, for he drives furiously. And Joram said, Make ready, and he made ready his chariot. And Joram king of Israel, and Ahaziah king of Judah, said, He took his chariot and went to meet Jehu, and ran at the property of Naboth the Jezreelite. And Joram saw Jehu, he said, Is it peace, Jehu? He answered, What peace can there be, so long as the whorings and sorceries of your mother Jezebel are so many? and rained about the flood, and saying to Ahaziah, treacher Ahaziah, and Jehu drew his bow with its muzzle, and shot Joram between the shoulders, so that the arrow pierced his heart, and he sank in his shirt. Jehu said to Bidkar his eye, take him up and throw him on the plot of ground along to Naboth the Jezreel. Remember when you and I rode side by side behind Ahab his father, how the blood of man is pronounced against it. And surely as I saw yesterday, the blood of Naboth and the blood of his sons, declares the Lord, I will pay him upon the ground. And I will therefore take him up and throw him on the plot of ground, in accordance with the words of the Lord. And Ahaziah, the king of Judah, saw this. He rode in the direction of Beth Hagar, and Jehu pursued him, and said, shoot him, and shot him in the chariots at Asalekah, which is by Abileah, and he fled to Megiddo and died there. His servants carried him by a chariot in Jerusalem, and then he buried him in his tomb with his fathers. He city of David. The 11th year, Joram, son of Ahab, Ahaziah began to reign over Judah, and Jehu king Jezreel heard her, and she raised her eyes and drawn her head and looked out the window. And as Jehu entered the gate, she said, is it peace you zip me, murder of your master? And he lifted up his face to the window, and said, who was on my side? Here, 2 or 3 anxious looked at him. He said, throw her down. So they threw her down, and some of her blessed about it on the wall, and on the horse, and they trampled on her, and they put it in and ate and drank. And he said, see now it's this castle, her burial, for she is the king's daughter. And when they went to bury her, and they found no more of her than the skull of the feet and the palms of her hand, and they came back and told her. And he said, this is the word of the Lord, and she spoke by his servant Elijah the Tishbite, and the territory of Jezreel, the dogs shall eat the flesh of Jezebel, and the corpse of Jezebel shall be as dung on the face of the field in the territory of Jezreel. So no one could say, this is Jezebel. Now Ahab had 70 sons in Samaria, so Jehu wrote letters and sent them to Samaria, to the rulers of the city, to the elders, and to the guardians of the sons of Ahab, saying, now then, as soon as this letter comes, you see your master's sons are with you, and they are with you, chariots and horses, all divine siegers and weapons. Select the best and fittest of your master's sons, and set them on his father's throne in front of your master's house. And they were exceedingly afraid, and said, behold, the 2 kings could not stand before. How then can we stand? So he who is over the palace, and he who is over the city, and together with the elders and the guardians, sent to Jehu, saying, you are your servants, and we will do all that you tell us. We will not make anyone king. Do whatever is good in your eyes. And he wrote to the second letter, saying, if you are on my side, if you are ready to obey me, take the head of your master's son to come to Jezreel tomorrow at this time. And now the king's sons, 70 persons, were with the great men of the sea, who were bringing them on as soon as the letter came to them. They took the king's sons, his lot, 70 persons, and put their heads in baskets, and sent them to him at Jezreel. And the messenger came and told him, they brought the heads of the king's sons. He said, lay them in 2 heaps at the entrance of the gate until the morning. And in the morning, when he went out, he stood and said to all the people, he waited and said, it was I who conspired against my master and killed, but who struck down all these? Heard then that they shall fall to the earth, nothing but the word of the Lord, which the Lord spake and said, now say Ahab, for the Lord has done all what he said by his servant Elijah. So Jehu struck down all who remained of the house of Ahab, and Jezreel, all his great men and scribes and priests, and until he left him none remained. And he went out and set out and went to Samaria. On the way, when he was at Beth Eked of the shepherds, Jehu met the relatives of Ahaziah king of Judah, and he said, who are you? And he answered, we are the relatives of Ahaziah. And he came down to Jerusalem and showed him the sons of the queen mother, and he said, take them on, and he took them alive, and his lord them at the pit of Beth Eked, 40 persons, and he spared none of them. And he departed from there. He met Jehonadab, the son of Rechah, going in to meet him, and he greeted him and said to him, you shall have truth on my heart, and mine is to yours. And Jehonadab answered, it is Jehu's head, but it is given your hand. So he gave him his hand, and Jehu took him up with him into the chariot. And he said, come with me, and see my zeal for the Lord. He heard him ride in his chariot, and he came to Samaria. He struck down all who remained in Ahab and Samaria. So he widened up, and according to the word of the Lord, he spake to Elijah. And Jehu assembled all the people and said to Ahab, serve Baal little. Jehu was serving much, and therefore called to me all the prophets of Baal, all his worshippers and all his priests. Let none be missing. I have a great sacrifice to offer to Baal. Whoever is missing shall not live. But Jehu did it with cunning in order to destroy the worshippers of Baal. And Jehu would sanctify on assembly for Baal. So they proclaimed. And Jehu went through all Israel, and all the worshippers of Baal came, so that there were not a man left who did not come. And they entered the house of Baal, and the house of Baal was built from one end to the other. He said to him who was in charge of the worship, bring up the vestments of all the worshippers of Baal, So he brought out the vestments for him, and Jehu went into the house of Baal with Jehoiada son of Rechab. And he said to the worshippers of Baal, search and see that there is no servant of the Lord here among you. Only the worshippers of Baal. And they went into offer sacrifices and burnt offerings. And Jehu had stationed 80 men outside and said, the men who are mounted near the ocean might give into your hands to escape, shall forfeit his life. So as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, Jehu said to the guard and to the officers, go and strike them down, let not a man escape. Let not a man escape. So when they put them to the sword, the guards and the officers cast an iron went into the inner room of the house of Baal. And they brought out the pillar that was in the house of Baal and burned it. And they demolished the pillar of Baal and demolished the house of Baal, and made a latron to this day. Thus Jehu wiped out Baal from Israel. But Jehu did not turn aside from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which he made Israel to sin. And that is the golden calves that were in Bethel and in Dan. And the Lord said to Jehu, because you have done well in carrying out what is right in my eyes, and have done to the house of Ahab, according to all that was in my heart, his sons of the fourth generation shall sit on the throne of Israel. But Jehu was not careful to walk in the law of the Lord. And the God of Israel with all his heart, he did not turn from the sins of Jeroboam, which he made Israel to sin. In those days the Lord began to cut off parts of Israel. Hazael defeated them throughout the territory of Israel, and from the Jordan east, all the land of Gilead the Gadites, and the Reubenites, and the Manassites, from which is beside the valley of the Arnon, and that is Gilead and Bashan. Gilead and Bashan. Now the rest of the acts of Jehu and all that he did, and all his might, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? And Jehu slept with his fathers, and he buried him in Samaria. And Jehoahaz his son reigned in his place. The time that Jehu reigned over Israel was 28 years. When Athaliah the mother of Ahab saw that his son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the royal house. But Jehoshaphat, the daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him away from him among the king's sons who were being put to death. And she put him with his nurse in the bedroom, lest they hid him from Athaliah, and that he was not put to death, and he remained with her 6 years, hidden in the house of the Lord. And Athaliah reigned over him. Then the son of Jehoiada sent and brought the captains of the Carites and of the gods, and had them come to him in the house of the Lord. And he made a covenant with them, and put them under oath in the house of the Lord. And he showed them the king's son, and he commanded them, this is the thing that ye shall do 130, those who come up to you on the Sabbath, and guard the king's house, shall guard the palace. And 2 divisions of you which go on duty and force on the Sabbath, and guard the house of the Lord, on behalf of the king's house surrounding the king. Each with his weapons in his hand, and whoever approaches the ranks is to be put to death. With you with the king when he goes out, and when he comes in the Sabbath, and the captains did according to all that Jehoiada the priest commanded, and they each brought his men who were to go up to on the Sabbath, and those who were to come on duty on the Sabbath, and came to Jehoiada the priest. And the priest gave to the captains the spears and the shields that had been King David, which were in the house of the Lord. And the spears and the guards stood, every man with his weapons in his hand, on the south side of the house to the north side of the house, around the altar and on the house on behalf of the king. And he brought out the king's son and put the crown on him, and he gave him the testament, and he proclaimed him king and anointed him, and they clapped their hands and said, long live the king. And Athaliah heard the noise of the guard and of the people. She went into the house of the Lord to the people. And when she looked, there was the king standing by the pillar, according to the custom, and the captains and the trumpeters beside the king, and all the people of the land rejoicing and blowing trumpets. And Athaliah tore the bows and cried, choosing treason. Then Jehoiada the priest commanded her captains, who were set over the army, bring her out between the ranks and put to death with the sword. The owner followed her. Then the priest said, let her not be put to death in the house of the Lord. And they laid hands on her, and she went in through the horses' entrance to the king's house, and there she was put to death. And Jehoiada made a covenant between the Lord and the king and the people, that they should be the Lord's people, and between the king and the people. And all the people of the land went to the house of Baal, and tore it down. His altars and his images they broke in pieces, and they killed Mattan, the priest of Baal, before the altars, and he posted watchmen over the house of the Lord. And he took the captains, the Carites, the God, and all the people of the land, and he brought the king down from the house of the Lord, marching through the gate of the guards to the king's house. And he took a seat on the throne of the kings. So all the people of the land which was in the sea was quiet after Athaliah had been put to death with the sword of the king's house. Jehoash was 7 years old when he began to reign, In the 7th year, Jehoash began to reign, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Zibiah of Beersheba, and Jehoash still was reigned by his all his days, because Jehoiada the priest instructed him. Nevertheless, the high place was not taken away, though he will continue to sacrifice and make offerings on the high places. Jehoash said to the priests, all the money of the holy things that is brought into the house of the Lord, the money from which each one is assessed, the money from the house of the Lord, let the priests take each hour's dinner, let them repair the house, wherever every need to repair is discovered. By the 23rd year of King Jehoash, and he said no repairs on the house. Therefore King Jehoash summoned Jehoiada, he said the other priests, and said to him, why are you not repairing the house? Therefore take no more money from your debtors, but hand over for the repair of the house. So the priests agreed that they should take no more money from the people, and that they should repair the house. And Jehoiada the priest took a chest and bored a hole in the lid, set beside the altar on the right side, and one entered the house of the Lord. And the priest who guarded the threshold put in all the money that was brought into the house of the Lord. And whenever they saw that there was much money in the chest, the king's secretary and the high priest came out, and they bagged and counted the money that was found in the house of the Lord. And they would give the money that was weighed out into the hands of the workmen who had oversight the house of the Lord. And they paid it out to the carpenters and the builders who worked on the house of the Lord, and to the masons and the stone cutters, as well as to buy timber and quarry stone for making repairs on the house of the Lord, and for any outlay for the repairs in the house. But they were not made for the house of the Lord basins of silver, snuffers, bowls, trumpets, or any vessels of gold, or for silver, all the money that was brought into the house of the Lord. So that was given to the workmen who were repairing the house of the Lord with it, and they did not ask for an accounting from the men into whose hand they delivered the money to pay out to the workmen, for they dealt honestly. The money from the guilt offerings and the money from the sin offerings was not brought into the house of the Lord. It belonged to the priest. At that time, Hazael king of Syria went up and forth against Gad and took him. When Hazael sent his priest to go up against Jerusalem, Jehoash king of Judah took all the sacred gifts that Jehoshaphat and Jehoram and Hazael's fathers, the kings of Judah, had dedicated his own sacred gifts, and all the gold that was found in her treasuries of the house of the Lord, and other kings' houses, and sent these to Hazael king of Syria. And Hazael went away from Jerusalem. The rest of the acts of Jehoash and all that he did, I had not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah. His servants arose and made against Goliath, and struck down Joash in the house of Millo. And on the way that goes down to Silla, he was Josiah the son of Shimei, and Jehoshaphat the son of Shoram, and his servants who struck him down, so that he died. And they buried him with his fathers in the city of David, and Amasiah his son reigned in his place. In the 23rd year, Joash the son of Ahijah, king of Judah, Jehoahaz the son of Jehu, began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 17 years. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and followed the sins of Jehovah, the sons of Judah. And as he made Israel to sin, he did not depart from them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and gave them continually into the hand of Hazael, king of Syria, into the hand of Ben-Hadad the son of Hazael. And Jehoash saw the favour of the Lord, and the Lord listened to him. When he saw the oppression of Israel, how the king of Syria oppressed them. And there were not left to Jehoash an army of more than 50 horsemen, and 10 chariots, and 10,000 footmen. For the king of Syria had destroyed them, and made them like dust at threshing. And the rest of the acts of Jehoash, and all that he did, and his might, and are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? So Jehoash slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria, and Joash his son reigned in his place. In the 37th year of Joash king of Judah, Jehoash the son of Jehoahaz began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and he reigned 16 years. He also did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not depart from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, and she made Israel to sin when he walked in them. Now the rest of the acts of Joash and all that he did, and the might with which he fought against Amasiah king of Judah, I have not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. So Joash slept with his fathers, and Jehoram sat on his throne, and Joash was buried in Samaria, and with the kings of Israel. Now when Elisha had fallen sick with illness, by which he was to die, Joash king of Israel went down to him and wept before him, crying, my father, the chariots of Israel and his horsemen. And Elisha said to him, take a bow and arrows. So he took a bow and arrows, and he said to the king of Israel, draw the bow, and he drew. And Elisha laid his hand on the king's hands, and he said, open the window eastward. And he opened it, and Elisha said, shoot. And he shot, and he said, the Lord's arrow of victory, the arrow of victory over Syria, for he shall fight the Syrians in Aphek until you have made an end of them. And he said, take the arrows, and he took them. He said to the king of Israel, strike the ground with them. It struck 3 times and stopped. And the men of the God was angry with them. He said, you should have struck it 5 or 6 times. Then you have struck down Syria until you have made an end of it. And now you struck down Syria only 3 times. So Elisha died, and they buried him. Now bands of Moabites were used to invade the land in the spring of the year, And as the man was being buried, he heard a marauding band was in the sea, and the man was thrown into the grave of Elisha. And seized the man. And man touched the bones of Elisha. He provided his daughter's feet. Now Hazael king of Syria oppressed Israel all of the days of Jehoahaz. But the Lord was gracious and had compassion on them. He turned toward them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, nor had he cast them from his presence until now. When Hazael king of Syria died, and Hadad his son became king in his place, and Jehoash the son of Huri, Jehoash took again from Ben-Hadad, son of Hazael, and the cities that he had taken from Jehoahaz's father. Three times Joash defeated him and recovered the cities of Israel. Proverbs 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand what to inside, to receive instruction lies daily in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. And that the wise gain increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain kindness. To understand a proverb and saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, for which despise wisdom and instruction. You, my son, your father's instruction, forsake not your mother's teaching. For they are a graceful garland for your head, and men's for your neck. My son, of sins entice you to your consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie and wait for blood, and this ambush the innocent without reason, that like shall let us swallow them alive, and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods, we shall fill our houses with plunder, and throw in your lot among us, and we will all have one purse. Now, your son, do not walk in the way with them, hold back your foot from their path, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood, for in vain is a net spread in sight of any bird, but these men lie in wait for their own blood. They send ambush for their own life. Such are the ways of everyone who is grieved for understanding. It takes away the life of its possessor. There is no cry aloud in the street, in the market she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance of the city gate she speaks. How long the simple ones read gladly and simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn my reproof, I'll pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called and you refuse to listen, I have stretched out my hand, and no one is here. Because you ignored all my counsel, and you would have none of my reproof. I so will laugh at your calamity, I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a snow, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, and distress and anguish come upon you, and they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hate knowledge and do not choose to fear the Lord, who have known my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and have their fill of their own devices. The simple call by their own turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. The weapon who listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of disaster. Psalm 9. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and exalt you. I will sing praise to your name, O Most High. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before your presence. For you have maintained my just cause, and you sound the throne, giving righteous justice and judgment. You have rebuked the nations, you have made the wicked perish. You have blotted out their name forever and ever. Your enemy you root, the seas you root out, the very memory of them has perished. The Lord just sits enthroned forever. He has established his throne for justice, and he judges the world with righteousness. He judges the people with uprightness. The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, strong in times of trouble, and those who know him put their trust in you. And for you, O Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Sing praise to the Lord who sits enthroned aside. Jehovah equals his deeds. For he avenges blood, and there is no for it. And he does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Be gracious to me, O Lord. See my affliction from those who hate me. See my affliction. For you lift me up from the gates of death. I may recount your praises, and that in the gates of the door of the sun, I may rejoice in your salvation. The nations are sunk in the pit that they have made. And the net that they hate, their own foot is being called. The Lord has made himself known, he has executed judgment, and his wrath stand in the work of their hands. And the wicked shall return unto Sheol, the Lord nation that forget God. And the needy shall not always be forgotten. And the hope of the world shall not perish forever. The rising Lord, let not man prevail, let the nation be judged before you. Then fear the Lord, let the nations know that they are but men. Now the sun, I shall die to the Lord's wrath. He shall hands of Father in heaven. Hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. And give us at times as it is to forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.